If you ever felt like you're succeeding on paper, but something feels a little off, this episode is for you. Last month, we talked about why strengths are only half the story. This month, I want to explore the other half, your values, and what I call core values. Not values as corporate posters, not values as nice ideas, but values as the foundation of sustainable leadership. Here's a pattern I see constantly in my work with leaders. They might know their core values, they can name them, but they quietly compromise them over time, one small decision at a time, until leadership starts feeling hollow. Values aren't what you say, they're what you protect, especially when it costs something. I want you to think about that. Your real values show up in what you protect when your resources are limited, when time is scarce, when saying yes to one thing means saying no to another. So I have a couple of questions for you today. Do you protect time for what matters, or does urgency always win? Do you protect honesty in hard conversations, or do you do what I sometimes do and just soften to avoid the discomfort? And number 3, do you protect your boundaries when others push, or do you bend to keep the peace? These aren't rhetorical questions. Diagnostic. They will tell you what you're doing. The problem is we don't stop and analyze how we're feeling, what we're doing throughout the day. We just tend to push through. And when we get into the diagnostic of this, it's really about your values. When values are compromised quietly over time, your leadership starts to feel hollow. You might notice resentment building towards things that shouldn't bother you. You have exhaustion that rest doesn't fix. And you have this growing gap between how you lead and how you want to lead. My friend, these are not personality problems, they're alignment gaps. Last month, I said that strengths are only half the story. Well, this is the other half. Your values, you could be highly productive and deeply unfulfilled at the same time. But when strengths and values align, your leadership becomes sustainable. If any of what I have shared feels familiar, here's what I want you to do this week. Name your non-negotiables. How many of you really taken time to name your non-negotiables? Not the values you think you should have, the ones that actually drive your decisions. Notice where you're bending, not as judgment on yourself, but as information. As I said, this is diagnostic. And protect one thing this week. Choose just one value and honor it, even when it's going to cost something. If you want help seeing where your values and strengths might be misaligned, take the free, it's only 3 minutes, authentic imprint assessment, and you can find it at danawilliamsco.scoreapp.com, or just come to my website at danawilliamsco and you can find it. Remember, what matters most isn't optional, it's foundational.